gotta elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, yeah. You gotta elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, yeah. Some people never change, never elevate. So strange, so strange. Never growing, stay the same. I can't be around you, gotta rearrange. I ain't tryna play you, but you ain't for the mission, you a fake dude. We be hot, you tryna stay cool. You forgetting where you at, you got ungrateful. Don't let them hold you back, hold you back. Don't let them pull you off track, pull you off track. Name minds in the gutter, gotta show them that you're bigger than that. Sun don't change for a reason. They just stick around for a season. Right.
What up, y'all? This is the Shorty Logic Podcast, and here's my co-host,
Miss Sugar Baby.
And you already know I am Shorty Logic. I'm gonna go ahead and put a disclaimer out there, y'all. We are not gonna be, when we doing tonight, we're talking about domestic violence. We're gonna be looking at it from all angles. I know this is gonna be a hard topic for a lot of people, and a lot of people not gonna want to hear it. A lot of people not gonna want to hear the stats and everything, so we're gonna kind of keep it compact with the stats. Well, I'm going to tell the truth about it. So, what's up, Lamont? What up?
Man, still out here grinding.
Hey, that's all you got to do. Just got to do. So, yeah, we can go ahead with the first video. Just let you know, hey, we're going to talk about this.
Welcome to County Office, your ultimate guide to local government services and public records. Let's get started.
What are the effects of domestic violence on the family? Domestic violence can have devastating effects on families, leading to physical injuries, emotional trauma, and long-term psychological damage. Children exposed to domestic violence are at higher risk of behavioral issues, poor academic performance, and mental health problems. Victims often experience feelings of fear, helplessness, and isolation, impacting their self-esteem and ability to trust others. Perpetrators may face legal consequences, including criminal charges and restraining orders, affecting family dynamics and relationships. Seeking help from support services and counseling is crucial for healing and breaking the cycle of violence.
To learn more, check out these links, which you can click in the description below. And feel free to comment your questions. We're here to help. Thanks for tuning in to our video. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment below. See you in the next video.
So, Miss Sugar, start with you. What you think about the video? What you got to say about that?
Me personally, I feel like all of those are facts. Like, domestic violence can take a toll on you mentally, emotionally. It could put you in a state of depression.
Yes.
And it's so many different dynamics to domestic violence, because it's not, like I said, it's not just a mental thing. It's not just a physical thing. It could be an emotional thing. And when someone starts to get teared down and can get to their lowest of low, and they don't know how to bring themselves back from it once they do go through something like that. So it's a very tragic experience, and it's a very emotional experience, because sometimes people don't come with the confidence, people don't come with the strength, people don't come with things that can pull them right out of it. Everybody reacts to things differently, you know.
Right.
And let me say this off the top. You know, domestic violence is just that, domestic violence. It's not just women. It could be children, it could be men. You know, we tend to forget that when we say domestic violence, we always tie domestic violence to just women. But men can be in domestic violence situations too, as well.
Right.
So I'm just putting it out there. Kids too. So, you know,
we got
everybody.
We do have a video about, you know, about the men and women. You know what I'm saying? They got single. I do what I did is I did the single ones. One for a man, one video for the woman. So it shows you that men go through domestic violence as well as kids. You know, because like you said, if your parents are fighting each other or hitting on each other, even verbally, mentally, physically, all that, you know what I'm saying? And if your child sees that, most likely that child's going to act that way too in their older age.
It's a traumatizing experience. Some people can, even as kids when they get older, some people can see that and say, okay, this is what I don't want in my life.
Right.
And then you have some kids that grow up and say, don't even say it verbally, but they experience it emotionally and eternally, and they'll sit there and say, I'm traumatized by it to
Right.
themselves, but they don't know how to begin to heal from that. They don't understand. As kids are kids, they don't understand a lot of stuff until they start to get older, and sometimes they can see a repetitiveness, not only in just their own household, but in their friendships with people, if they over their houses, just it's a lot of different ways to experience domestic violence.
That's valid. That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. What you got, Lamont?
Being a person who's dealt with domestic violence, um, I've been a victim and I've been the victimizer, um, protecting myself or whatever the case may be. And having a child that's dealt with that, and she's still dealing with that. I had an incident Saturday, um, where my associate lost control of herself, and I just looked at her, and this is real. After the fair, I just looked at her, and anyway, after the fact, I got my daughter on in the house and everything like that,
Mm-hmm.
and me and my daughter talked about it later on, and she told me, she said, "Daddy, it reminds me so much of my mother," and I'm not knocking her mother,
Yeah.
but just one of them things happened. And at that moment, right then and there, she was name calling and stuff. And I laughed at her. I laughed in her face. Because I'm like, I know who I am. And there's nothing you can do to me or say to me that's going to hurt me. But I told her outright, you take it, write it in the book. I said, if you put your hands on me, I'm going to fuck you up. Point plain and simple. I'm going to fuck you up. Because here's what you're not going to do. I'm not going to touch you. You're not going to touch me. But you're not going to hurt me. The best thing you can do is take and leave. And we call it a day, and we come back to regroup. But what I also noticed, what you talk about this domestic violence. Now, this person don't reside in my home. They don't reside in
Okay.
my home. But however, I noticed what I've learned, in my opinion, was it's okay to be upset, and it's okay to feel the way you want to feel. But sometimes you got to back away from the situation and come back to it and talk about it. But what I learned,
Right.
what
That.
I was looking at was she didn't know how to explain to me what bothered her, which
Hmm.
could have saved all that. But now, with that said, is that like if I deal with you, it's gonna be very limited, but it'll never be to where we was at. I
Right.
I can tell you that hands down, and that's just a true fact. So now, when I looked at when I look at this whole situation, I look at this whole situation now, and I'm like, wow. But now here's my thing: I'd rather learn this in 90 days than learn it in 9 years.
Yes.
Right.
So with that,
Yes.
I care for the person. No shame in my game to say that. But with me saying that to you, I don't me wanting to help that individual, uh, trying to do things for you. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. And if I
Right.
do, my dealing with you is gonna be very limited, and it's gonna not be around my child.
I get that. And
You know.
so my point is I can see it from both sides. I've been in a domestic, situation.
Yeah.
Me being the victim and being the one who's I've been hit on mentally, emotionally, and physically before.
Oh yeah.
And I also have been in a situation that I was the one who put their hands on someone, and none of it's good. None of it should happen. None of it. None
No.
of it. No one should ever put their hands on anyone. You know, Unfortunately, some things happen. Sometimes alcohol is involved. You know what I'm saying? It just some
Hmm.
things happen, but it's always something within that person. Something, and I've learned that even today, I'm still trying to heal from my childhood.
Yeah. What is going on?
I'm off right now for a second. I gotta outgate this. I gotta get out of this rail.
But I think we lost Shorty.
I don't know. I ain't. Let this guy scan me so I can get on up out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I'm still here. I can
let,
still.
okay. Let me just
I
say that
Sorry,
with some things, especially when it comes down to domestic violence, everybody has a story. Everybody has a history. And sometimes you can learn everything that you need to know from somebody being in a heightened situation with you. You can learn a lot of things from that. And once you do learn those things, I think it's up to us to take the time to say, because you'll realize that you're in a situation that you don't want
Sorry
to
about
be
that.
in
Somebody was
anymore.
calling my Facebook.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'll realize that you don't want to be in a situation once you see that, because the first time you see it, you know. But what we have to do is we have to take the initiative in that very moment, or even step it away from the situation, to step back, think about it to yourself, and realize this is what you don't want. And if you continue on with somebody who puts you in a triggering state, are showing you signs of something that you never experienced before, and then just know you can't save that person.
Right.
You can't save them. You can't change them. You cannot save them. We got a habit of thinking that if we just stick it out with this person will change for me. No.
I get
The
that.
only way a person's going to change is they're going to change for themselves.
Right.
They're going to recognize it in themselves, and they're going to say, this is not who I want to be. This is what I don't want to be. I also feel like when it comes down to domestic violence, there's a lot of things, the triggering that goes on. There's a lot of antagonizing. There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of different layers to it in a domestic violence situation, because there's threats. There's just a whole bunch of different situations that go on when you in a domestic violence situation.
Right.
You know, and it's sad. It's sad, but
But what you just said right there, I have a video of what you from the part you just said. That's different way to that you can see domestic. You can see that domestic violence are coming or the sign. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that video. It's 29.
okay, go ahead.
5 signs of emotional abuse. You need to hear this. 1, constant criticism or desire to control you. They will make you feel worthless and incapable. 2, shaming and blaming. They will make you feel like it's all your fault. 3, refusing love and affection. They can make you feel isolated and unlovable. 4, verbal abuse and name calling. They will make you feel weak and stupid. 5, threats of punishment or harm. They will make you feel scared, sometimes for your life. Send this to someone that needs to hear it.
I chose that video there because there's some 5 signs. There's 5 different signs, and I've learned that in my domestic violence class, what I had to take, because I gave it domestic before. So I feel like there's some key things. There's some key things right there that people need to really pay attention to. The red sign, the red flags. So.
When domestic violence, I think a lot of people, when it comes down to it, some people don't care about the statistics. They don't. They just in that situation, in that very moment, and in that time, they take in what they could take. And sometimes people could take a lot, because you got to think about people's history. You got to think about the beforehand, before they got to where they are, where this person wooed them and cuddled them and made them feel good and made them feel like they were something special. And these may be some of the things that they didn't feel for themselves.
Correct.
And so because of that, they drew them in. And then once they drew them in and they got them where they wanted to be, and then next thing you know, you start learning other sides of them. Like I said, or it could be something that's triggering that set it off. And next thing you know, you're a punching bag, or you're getting verbally abused or being abused by this person, and it's like night and day, and you wonder what happened, what changed, what flipped.
I look at it too, is that a lot of it, the people don't have the communication skills to properly communicate to you.
No, they don't.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was looking Saturday, and I'm like, how do we get from A? We ain't even make it to B. You at Z, and I'm sitting there. I can't make this up. I'm sitting there looking like, seriously? But with it all said, I laughed because, like I said, I'm at peace with. I know who I am. I know what I represent, and I said, and And this was, like I said, this was Saturday. This has been less than 48 hours ago. And I looked at it and I laughed, and it let me see your true colors, because now you tiny, you 5'3", 120 pounds, and your daughter's here, my daughter's here. Now I got my daughter in the house, and you acting silly, and then I'm gonna move your car's in my backyard behind the fence. I'm gonna move my 2 cars, and open the fence so you can get your car out. And you talking about you can run into my stuff, and I'm like, well, you do what you want to, because everything I got's insured. But I can promise you, on everything I got Green Earth, if you do, you going to jail. I can promise you that. And I'm gonna prosecute you to the fullest. I'm Charleston White on that. Believe that, take it to the bank. But hey, I mean that with everything, because here's my deal. It takes you no time to get in trouble, but it takes you a lot of money to get out of trouble.
That is a
And I'm gonna tell you,
facts.
I was dealing with somebody in a past relationship. It's been a couple of years ago, been probably about 10 years ago, and I was trying to help them with their addiction. I called non-emergency EMS. Can't make this up. They come to the house. I'm in a tank top and drawers. My baby girl is asleep. The person I'm talking about real belligerent and all this stuff, and I'm like, if she'll just lay down, we good. I don't want her to be hurt out here, but she can't be here. My name is not anything except my name. It's Lamont.
Right.
And what's crazy, 3 white officers, I can't make this up. 3 white officers, two normal officers, then you got this little short officer looking at the Chihuahua. And he's on like 1,000. Man, I know I ain't gotta let you in my house, blah, blah, blah. But dude is on one. And I got tired of it. The older cat's like, man, we gotta lock you up. I said, lock me up for what? I ain't did anything. So at that moment, you told me I'm going to jail, which is bullcrap, but okay. You told me I'm going to jail. Y'all not my buddies, but at that moment, how I go to jail is on me. Now, I can take and act like I got some sense, secure my house, get somebody to come and get my daughter, better put my clothes on, or I can knock the food and have a bad day. So being that I act like I had some sense, they allowed me to call my daughter's grandmother to come and get her. They locked my door. They wouldn't allow me to go in my bedroom and get my pants because that's where my weapons was at, but they got my clothes. And I think on the policy of LMPD, they're supposed to lock me up with the handcuffs in front of me. Behind me. But they put them in front of me. The officer, because I wasn't on no nonsense. It was still bullshit. But he plugged my phone up, let me talk on my phone, when I'm going downtown. Because keep in mind, at this time, I'm in the Army. Any domestic things get you kicked out of the military. And he told me. He told my readiness NCO, he said, I truly believe that, Sergeant Dawson or whatever, Lamont, didn't do anything. But what if something happened to her? What if? Take that motherfucker with you, and we ain't got to worry about it. Now, here we go. Now, I'm out of work because I missed the military school, so I lost my promotion. Now, I'm in jail for like 5 days or something like that until I can get somebody to get the 5,000. I got the money, but you ain't got, who do you trust? The person that you thought was trusting, that's the person you're going to court with. So now, I'm not going to sign a power of attorney for somebody just to go and get this money out of the bank. And, bro, I'm sitting there 10 days till I go to court. Can't make this up. Then, I get out. About after 5 days, I get out on the watch, on the house incorporation. I can't go to my house, but then I drive a truck. I can't leave the county. I can't leave Jefferson County. So you just limit me to what kind of money I can make. I can't go stay with my mother because my mother lives in the projects. I'm not on lease. So crazy. I called my cousin, and I was able to stay with him, but it was crazy the restrictions that you had. You still had freedom, but you didn't have freedom. And then, after all of this, everything's dismissed. You've been found not guilty, but I recuperate none of that money I spent on attorneys, none of that money I spent on the $85 a week for home incarceration, the idea of me can't be in my house. I mean, it's nuts. And y'all know just as well as I know, ain't no father, the average father is not going to come and pick the person that's accused of whooping his daughter if he's whooped her. Think about that. And to this day, that dude, we still friends today, despite what she's going through. She's going through a deal. And it's just like, wow. Hey, the court system is not made for a man. Cause when you go down there to do this to protect yourself and shit, I can't make this shit up.
But
what?
Hold on, I got a little thing to put up. This is for this is for everybody to see.
I can't see it.
It's basically a national number, a hotline for people can call if they in it. It's basically behavioral health. And to everyone, just need to take this number down. Always keep this with you. But
if a man is whooping, go ahead.
I'm also about to put something up where I know a lot of people now don't want to hear it. If you're actually in it, let me take this down. If you're actually in it, but it has to be talked about as well.
Yeah, it's not gonna get better.
Now,
It's not gonna get better. And he or she don't love you.
and domestic violence, domestic violence don't just deal with women, also deal with men and children. So, about 1 in 3 women is involved in domestic violence, have a domestic violence experience. 1 in 4 men have experience in domestic violence. So, like I said, it's not a big difference between a man and a woman getting it, because they both getting their ass whooped, unfortunately.
Well, I don't think it all has to do. It don't necessarily have to do with a woman or a man physically whooping you by these. It can be with this thing right here. This
we
is more
said that.
dangerous.
We said
Yeah,
that.
this is dangerous.
We said that it could be mentally, it could be emotionally, it could be physically. It's a whole different variety.
But hold
of
on.
domestic
It can
violence
be
out there.
it can be financially too.
That
It
is
could
true.
be financially, it could be spiritually.
It happens a lot.
I've seen
Yeah, it happens.
I've seen plenty of people out here use God as a weapon against,
Oh,
especially
man.
men use it against women, make them think that they are a godly man and God-fearing person, and they will manipulate that to a woman. So it's a variety of things out here. My thing is this: at the end of the day, man, woman, either way it go.
Either way it goes.
Either way it go, you got to understand. I pray that people get in a space and place where they don't take that, because nobody deserves that, regardless of who it is.
Nobody.
Man, woman, child. Nobody deserves to be hurt like that at all. Nobody deserves to have any type of that leverage, that power over them like that. Now, I will say this: me personally, I feel like a lot of women. I ain't gonna say a lot, but there's women out here that may not be successful, may not have things under their belt, may have had, it's a series of things, a rough life, or they may not have had a rough life. They may not just have received the love that they wish they would have received from their parents or from their family, things like that. But it's a lot of things that a woman walks through in her lifetime, especially when she has kids. And some of them don't know or understand or where to begin to do it on their own. We don't get me wrong, there's a lot of women out here that are doing it on their own, that are, successful, or that at least comfortable in their life where they can maintain it by themselves. But since the beginning of time, there's so much shit in the background that women have dealt with quietly. And I think it's a behavior that was taught from certain points, from certain type of women and their lifestyle, where they was mentally taught that you stick in there, you hang in there, you take this, you take that, because this person is providing, he's doing this, he's doing that, and all stuff. And you think that is what's supposed to happen to you. You think you're supposed to get broken. You think you're supposed to be the low of the low because you don't have these accolades or whatever under your belt. You feel like this is about as good as it's gonna get. This is how I'm gonna move around because I don't have anything else going for myself. But you do, and you can. You do, and you can. It's reaching out to the right person.
Right person.
It's reaching out to the right person. But I also will say this: if you're in a domestic violence situation, no matter how it's coming to you, do not sit there and let it be a repeating situation happening to you, because you don't have to sit back and you don't have to take that.
You do not have to take it.
You do not have to take that. You do not. And sometimes it takes you getting off your ass, even though you're comfortable.
Even though you're
comfortable because you've been in repetitiveness for so long in your life, but it is never too late to do something.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we have a special guest, Mr. Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look, I love how we put special Miss Sugar, aka Lamont, aka Player of the Year, Mr. Shorty P, Shorty Logic himself. Hey, look, man. Hey, I came on the heavy one this week, man. This is heavy. This is heavy.
It is.
Man, I always like to keep it light, but man, this is heavy. Woo.
It is. And it's something. Let me let me be clear. This is something that needs to be talked about because
Yeah,
a lot of people felt some type of way because this was the topic this week. And I just want
yeah,
to put that out there as a woman. I feel like it's something that needs to be addressed. You may not
absolutely,
like it. You may not like it, but it needs to be addressed because the cycle has to change. And we
absolutely.
have to support those out there
Break
that do
the
not know where
chain.
to begin, that do
True,
not
true,
understand where to go,
true.
that do not have the strength in them or the mentality in them or the emotional state in them to say, it's time I have to pick up me and my kids or pick me up, just
Right.
myself alone, pick me up and try to start something different.
Right,
It's
right,
okay. It is okay for you
right,
to say, well, it's going to come full circle for you. Even if you
Right.
don't
right,
think it is, it will. There's
right,
things out there now in this time, which is way different than what it was back then.
Right.
right,
To where you have options, you have places to go, you have people that you can talk to, reach out to, even if it's not family members, even
right.
if it's not friends.
Yeah,
That's big
true.
fact.
Yeah,
She's speaking tonight, Mr. Kelly. Say,
I man, look,
speak.
hey, look. I chime in. I would say because I've been listening and watching. So I'm saying, two things first. Because it can go both ways.
it can.
Domestic violence can be men and women. A man can
It
be
can.
abused and just like a woman. But
Yeah.
also you have to look at this first. What is it that I feel like I'm willing to accept in this whole thing? Because anytime someone feel like they need to emotionally, physically, or whatever abuse something, it's a problem from the
It
get-go.
is a
First,
problem.
Get-go.
Exactly.
first,
Exactly.
first. Second, if that's the case, am I the issue or are they the issue of why this is happening? Because it doesn't need to be happening, period. Let's be clear.
Right.
Exactly.
Third, if it is happening, why am I still here? Why am I still adhering to whatever I'm accepting as far as whether it be physical, emotional, verbal, or whatever abuse? Because
Right.
abuse doesn't have to be someone beating you behind with their fists or their hands. Words are just
Big
as
facts.
powerful as fists.
Powerful. Yes.
Because I mean, we grew up with sticks and stones, break your bone with words that never hurt you.
Words
That's
hurt.
bull because words cut deep. I'm
Deep.
telling you. And the older you get, I'm saying, like my mama dad always say, and my grandparents, if you live long enough, if you continue to live long enough, you're gonna be old enough to realize that what I was saying to you in your younger years, you'll understand what I'm saying as far as wisdom. I done lost my whole train of thought real quick. I went blank. I'm sorry. Because I was great to say what they said. I went blank. But if you live long enough, you're gonna be able to see what your parents and grandparents went through, basically. But I went blank. I was going to give you the gem they have, but I went blank for some reason. I don't know what that was.
It's
And I'm sober.
Well, let's.
People need to
If
get
y'all,
that
if
out.
y'all,
They need to
if,
get that complex out of their head that what
Yeah,
goes on
yeah.
in this house stays in this house.
Oh,
They need to
that's
get
well,
that
let me
complex
say
out
this.
of their head.
that's toxic.
We just had it. It just happened a week ago in Elizabethtown in Hardin County.
Oh yeah,
A man,
you saw that. You
man,
saw that.
a man shot his wife, or his girlfriend, and her mother. I think both of them died. And they chased him down to Western Kentucky about two
And
and a
he
half
killed
hours,
himself.
about 2
And he
hours
killed
straight.
himself.
He shot himself. I don't know if he died because they ended up taking him to Vanderbilt. But
Right.
domestic violence is real. It's
It
very real.
is.
Very
And I
real.
want to say this. This is what a lot of us don't do. Say we go down here in Louisville, in Kentucky. You go down there, you file an emergency protection order. That's for 10 days. Ladies and men, that is a piece of paper that is violated a lot. Listen to
Yeah.
me. I never believed in white privilege, but I can tell you, I'm a black man walking. My children are biracial. My daughter's mother, I'm not scared of her. She's 5'3", 130 pounds. But hear me. She violated the EPO. Can't make this stuff up. So I'm in my yard right now. She might have been where this truck is right here at my house. And if you ain't on the nonsense, we good. The white officer came. I'm going here. The white officer came, and I watched her walk. He's talking to me. You know, he knows of me, and you can pull it up on the deal, but I got my paperwork, and they let her leave. If that had been me,
You
Me?
done. You done for. You done.
I've been locked up.
That's correct. That's
You
correct.
done. Yeah, you done. Yeah.
I said,
But I wanna-
I said I've I put my hands on someone before. I actually have a active EPO on me. You know.
No,
so,
I mean you have a DVO. If you've been to court, you got a DVO.
well,
Yeah.
It changed it over. It changed over. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and it lasts for 3 years. But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm saying though,
Let
the
me
crazy
ask you
part,
this. Go ahead.
the crazy part about it is though is, you know, if I go towards that person, I can get locked up. But
Yep.
a lot of times that person come onto my property, you know, a lot of times that person will get locked up, I will still get locked up,
Yeah. Yeah.
even
let
if
me
they come
ask
on
you-
my property.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Let me ask y'all men this question.
Okay.
In that moment, when you became the violator, and I'm asking this respectfully,
Okay.
what triggered you personally to get to that point?
Well, I'm gonna tell
Me?
you.
Jealousy.
Yeah. Well, I can't even say that. Here's my thing. Don't put your hands on me.
Insecurity.
I'm not gonna even say none of that. I'm not gonna hit you, and I'm only gonna block you so many times. But you're not gonna hurt me. I don't give a damn you're a male or woman. I don't fight. I don't box because it hurts. You hit
Yeah.
me, you hurt me. I'm gonna hit your ass back. I don't give a damn you're male, female. I'm gonna hit you back. But I'm gonna try to walk away from you first. But there's only so much smacking or scratching me I'm gonna take. I'm
That
not
is
gonna
true.
do it.
But
I'm just gonna be honest with you.
The thing is, though, is I'm not blaming on alcohol, but I was very intoxicated. Very.
Well, I can't even say all of that. I can't say
I
none
was
of that.
very intoxicated, but I'm not putting it on there. But it was a lot of insecurity and jealousy, and that's
They say a
So-
drunk speaks sober thoughts.
Yeah. True.
It's
But
like it's like your self-conscious when in your situation, it's like your self-conscious, the things that you have thought here, felt here, that you didn't verbalize, or even if you verbalized it, you wasn't strong enough here to let go because it was so heavy on you
yes.
that when you got intoxicated to the level that you did, that self-conscious came out.
Okay, and
Now,
what?
I'm not offering excuses for nobody who put their hands on anybody. And Lamont,
Right.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not gonna just
You
sit
ain't
there and
hit-
keep letting you hit on me because there are
Nah,
some
you ain't
women
hit me.
that take it to that level first, where they do take it upon themselves. They put their hands on a man. And my mom used to tell me, don't ever put yourself in a situation. Don't ever put yourself in a situation to act like a man because you'll get treated like one.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
But I would say this though. In my own experience, if someone in that similar situation, I've been able to honestly, like, really overcome and really restrain myself to, like, not at all. I'm talking about where I'm talking hit on, scratch, kicks, all this, because I know it's not going to end well for me. It's
Right.
not. And it doesn't matter how the paperwork is written up or what the powers may be or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't
Right.
matter. So I know that in my back of my mind, I have to control myself. I have no choice.
Yeah.
Because
But
damn.
there's signs. Like there's signs. There's
No.
signs where- What?
No, go ahead. I'm just
Oh.
no. Miss Drizzy popped in. That's why it was like a pause. Miss Drizzy popped in.
Sometimes,
No,
and more times than others, there are signs before you get to a certain heightened level with
Right.
somebody. Like,
Right.
and I'm not just saying in that day, in that moment that it happened. What I'm saying is, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you see signs. My thing is, you got to stop ignoring the signs, because if you ignore the signs, then that's when you get to a point where you are
Of
where
course.
shit can go left.
Of course.
Right.
And people got to start paying attention to the signs, and that's why I said they need to realize. And
So-
then when you start seeing these things happening, that means it's time to exit left.
Right.
Yeah.
And to
Hey,
your
when you
point,
say that, a person showing their true colors, you better believe it. Because I'm
Right.
gonna tell you something.
Absolutely.
but
Here's
I'm
what was
saying this
crazy.
though. But I'm saying to your point, when you seeing the signs, a person got to be strong enough to walk away.
Yes,
walk away.
they do. They
Because
do.
I'm saying the thing about it is, love is crazy, and people don't really think about what love really is. They think it's a physical thing, but it's
Oh no,
emotional.
no.
It's physical. No,
It's
see
yeah,
now,
it's a
when
variety
you
of things.
truly been in love, now, player, you might not have been truly been in love. I don't know, but when you truly, because I don't know, I'm saying because he's certified player. I don't know, he's
Yeah.
certified. So I got to talk to the folks that been in love, not the certified folks. I got to talk to
Right,
folks
Shorty,
because I
Shorty.
Oh, I've been in love
Jay.
now.
I know Jay been in love. I know he have. I'm looking at his face. I know he been in love. He ready to jump all the way out the window
So who's
twice.
player? Who's player then?
Lamont.
You,
Nah,
you. But I'm saying Jay has been in love. I know he has. Cause he jumped out the window more than once. I know he has. Because if you get emotional enough to get upset where you want to be physical, like
Mhm.
it becomes possession. It becomes as a possession. This
Yeah.
is mine. This is me. You can't treat me this way. Why is this? Why is that? Why are you doing this? And then it turns to flip side where how she's doing, how she's talking. And if y'all been around each other long enough, she know how to push them damn buttons.
Right.
She know
And
how to
That
say
right
stuff.
there.
and Miss Kelly, you
Uh,
said something. I'm gonna give you one of my experience, because
Yeah,
like I said, I do, and I'm still working through this now. With abandonment.
yeah,
I had an ex-girlfriend that, saying, I was with her for 10 years. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And she done more for me than anyone in my entire life. And you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And I just got out the service too. And it
yeah,
got to a point that I was just all about her. I lost myself within her. So
yeah,
you can lose yourself.
I got possessive over her.
yeah,
And I got, it just was crazy. But
yeah.
I'm man enough and I've grown enough and I've been through and took the steps to get through that, to know that that's not healthy at all.
Right,
But
absolutely. And that goes to my point of that when you really indulge and really like 100% 10 toes down with somebody, they
Mhm.
can manipulate how you think, how you feel, and then you get into a space where you start accepting stuff. Now,
Right.
well, I'm gonna go somewhere else with that though, Mr. Kelly.
huh?
I'm gonna add on what Shorty said.
Go ahead.
When you feel like you're gonna do anything to keep his family unit together because of a child. That was my
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
So I dealt with disrespect. I dealt with stuff like what I seen Saturday. I'm like, we can be cool, but we're gonna be cool from a distance. And like
Sure.
looking at reflecting back on my situation of 14 years of actually cohabitating.
Yeah.
I'm like, my patience today for stuff is like I ain't got a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't either. I don't
But,
have a
but
whole lot.
Man,
right,
and I would say this.
but experiences do that though. Your experiences do
And,
that.
and Kelly, sorry to cut you off because you just hit me. And what did I say last on show, Ebony? Life experiences controls your emotions. Your
Right,
emotions
right,
controls your thoughts, and your
right,
thoughts controls your actions, and your
right,
actions controls your outcome.
right. You're right.
I
Yeah, yeah.
bet.
Well, you know something? Actions was I Saturday I put my little pride in check because the person name calling, and it was a pleasure to see them leave, and they take that stuff with them, and they at home safe. We talk now, but because
But
she was
see,
an emotional wreck.
hold on.
Go ahead, go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
Let's
go
go.
ahead.
Because you try to slide by that. So let's go back. Because
Yeah,
what you
yeah, yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
was,
Get him.
now what you said was that
Huh?
we had this situation. Now you put this whole situation out there that happened Saturday. You went through all that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then you said, well, we talk now. Now, see, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
No.
see
What
the
yeah.
what?
signs. No,
No. Hold on,
Lamont.
Wait,
hold
wait,
on.
wait, 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 wait,
No,
wait.
hold
Hold
on,
on.
Lamont. Hold on, Lamont. You
Go ahead.
see the signs, and that is an implication to let you know that when a heated situation occurred, regardless of how you feel, it's shown to you at face value. And
Right.
what
And
you
I
took
take it
from,
for that.
and what
I
That's
you
took it
true.
for
took
that.
from,
Ooh,
but
ooh.
listen, what you took from that, it bothered you.
Yeah.
You figured in
Yeah.
your mind that y'all fixed it. Now let me
No.
ask you this.
I didn't say that. I did not say that. I
Okay,
took
so
it
my
for what I.
thing is, if y'all talking now,
Hold
why
on, hold
hasn't
on now.
no? If y'all
Hey,
talking
Lamont,
now,
Lamont, she got
if
you.
y'all talking now,
Hold on, what are you talking about?
then
Though?
what you should have been talking about is what happened Saturday, and
That's what
figure
hey,
out
listen to me.
what is going to
Listen to
bring
me.
it back full circle, or is it time to let it go? Because sometimes
No,
people get caught up in just wanting to get your fuck on. Sometimes
no,
you get
no,
caught
no,
up
no,
in just. Sometimes the sexual
Right.
chemistry can overpower
Will you stop?
everything
Will you
else that's
stop for a
really
moment?
important.
Will you stop for a moment? Will you
Go
stop?
ahead.
Will you stop? That's the situation, and I'm gonna tell you my evaluation on that. I'm never gonna step in them feet again. Not with me. If you did that because I talked to a lady next to you that was next to your cousin about a weapon, you that insecure, man, you got motherfucking other issues that's not nothing to do with me.
Okay, so why are y'all still communicating?
Hold on. She had shit in
You
my
said
house.
it, I didn't.
Hold
You
on,
said
hold
it, I didn't.
on. Okay, I said it. We communicated about the problem, and I don't think that's gonna be fixed. And so my communication with that is, I don't have to deal with that. That's what I'm
But
talking
you're
about.
gonna
You talking about?
but you're gonna keep communication open with her.
No, 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 no,
That's
no,
a
no, no,
lie.
no, no, no.
That's a
Ah,
lie.
Well,
You
Now, let me tell you
he
something.
got to.
hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. One at a time. One at a
But hold
time.
on. Yeah, but hold on. He got to because he got the child. Well, he got to
No,
keep
no, no,
communication.
no.
No, he ain't got no
It's not.
child with her. He ain't no
No,
child
we
with her.
don't. We have. We
I
have.
missed it. I missed it.
We
Go
have
ahead.
not. We have. Before she chewed me, we have nothing together. She had a couple of items at my house.
I missed it. I missed it. Okay, go
She had
ahead.
a couple of items at my house. You know, automobile was at my house. All that's
Okay.
as at her house. It's still an item at my house that we're gonna
Oh,
make a
what you,
time. We're gonna make a
That's
time
called
for
an
the person to come and pick it up.
That's called
bruh.
an attachment.
You
Who's attachment?
you digging
That's,
Who's
deep in the
attachment?
I don't
sand.
care.
Uh
No,
Let me
oh.
tell
no,
you
no,
Hey, you
Under
no,
know
the
something.
what? You
no,
know
shelf.
no.
I
what, y'all?
don't
You know
care.
what? You know what, Lamont? Look,
Let me tell you what I
I
don't
don't
do.
care. Let me tell you
Let me tell
something.
you what I don't
I
do.
don't care
Let me,
if it's a
Hold on.
toothbrush
One at
there.
a
hold
time.
on.
One at
Let
a
It's
me.
time.
still an attachment.
No. Let me tell you what I don't do. If you have something on my home, I don't care if it's a sock. This is me, and I can afford to buy you new socks. If this is Lamont, I want you to have everything that you got. Because here's what I'm not gonna do. Here's what I'm never gonna hear. Here's what the good Lord's not gonna do to me. I'm not gonna hear that I took anything from you. No, 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 no. If you got your $100 rocking chair, whatever, in my house, I want you to come and get it. Now, this is what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna bring it to you, which I can, but I'm not.
You being petty.
You can
You
come
being
get
petty.
yourself. Now
Oh,
I
he
ain't petty.
definitely being petty for sure.
hold
He
on,
being
hold on.
petty
No,
for
let me
Hold on,
tell
sure.
you.
hold on,
Hold
y'all.
on.
Hey,
Let me
Miss
tell
Drizzy,
you.
what you got to say, Miss Drizzy?
No, you being petty and catty because if you really want
No,
her
no, no.
gone,
Let me tell you
then
why.
it don't
Let me tell
matter
you
who.
why.
It don't matter who gets.
Let me,
It doesn't matter who get the damn rocket chair there, as long as it's
hey,
there.
what did we just now say? Hey, so if you deal, hold on. If you see the individual silly, and then you go over their house and they on some bullshit, then you got a problem. Fuck that, not me. No, 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 no.
And you also know their schedule. You
Now, so hold on. So
Hold
hold
on,
on.
you
hold on,
also know
Lamont.
their
Hold,
schedule. You know their
no, no,
schedule,
no. So
Lamont,
hold
don't
on.
you?
So
Hold on,
So
Lamont.
what you
Hold on,
do?
Lamont. Hold on. Go speak, Drizzy.
Yeah, no, not me. Not me. Not me.
Mhm.
She,
Okay, but what I'm saying is, not
Yes.
just
So
that,
hold on.
not just
Hold
that,
on.
not just
Hold on.
that. He
No,
still
hold
got
on.
the damn rocket chair
No,
at his house,
no, hold
and
on.
he
Will you
said
stop for a
that
second?
what he
Will
said
you
we
stop for a
talking
second?
about. No,
Will
he
you
said we
stop?
talking about.
No,
Listen, that's
it's
really what he
actually,
said we talked about is that he still got
it's,
his damn rocket
I
chair.
can't
no,
But let
hold
me
on.
one
tell
at
you
a
about
time. One
this
at a time.
rocket chair. Let me tell you about this
Actually,
rocket chair. He know that if she's a 9 to 5, he know she gonna work from 9 to 5. It ain't nothing to take his black ass over there with that rocket chair and drop it off. But
you
you
don't
don't
get
go
it. You don't
in
get
there
it.
and
You don't get it.
that keeps the friction going on.
Okay, so let me explain something to you. What you're not getting. When I just told you
Oh,
Patty.
yeah,
When I just told you Patty. When I seen that Patty. When I seen that Patty. So we didn't talk to today, and we talked about that situation. Here's the thing that you. No, 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 no.
yes,
So here's the thing with that. No,
yes.
no. So hey, no,
That's why it's not his lady no
hey,
more. It's just a
don't let us
soldier.
hey,
matter.
y'all. We're getting out of unity. We're getting out of unity.
You can't
Okay.
do that. You been happy this whole time. We just
I don't
seen
give
the
a damn.
glow and
I
all
don't
that.
care.
Listen, one mistake does not stop what y'all
Fuck,
got going on.
fuck
You
you. Fuck
you
you.
cannot let
Nah.
somebody
We
tell
gotta get it.
But
whether
I
you
they
missed the
can't
story,
hear
then,
it. I
Grace.
can't
Nah,
hear it.
you missed the story. You missed the story
what was
on
the
what
story.
happened between them two Saturday.
Hey, listen to me. Listen to me. I
Yeah.
seen the sign. I should have paid attention to the signs 14 years ago, and I did not. And my daughter
Okay.
got stressed out. So let me tell you something. She can say whatever she wants to me, but I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna discuss it. I'm gonna pull it out of my backyard, so you can come load your stuff up. I ain't gotta be there, and you can get your shit, and we can roll on. So we ain't got that far yet. I just got off work. So, and you're not gonna beat up my baby there. We're not gonna be there. No,
But hey,
no.
y'all,
I'm
but
gonna give you.
okay, I give. Hey,
Give it a fucking
we in a
rocket
good
pass.
spot. We're in a good spot, but we got to move on. We
Go,
got
let's
to
move
move
Yeah,
on.
let's go.
And so the two videos I'm gonna play, one for the man, one for the woman. I know a
Let's
lot
go.
of people are not gonna like it, but I don't care.
I'm going on mute.
Yeah,
Well,
come on.
we'll start with the first one.
Okay.
They do statistics on domestic violence and intimate partner violence and sexual assault and all of it, okay? And they show lifetime statistics, which are estimates of what we think the average person will experience. And they show prior years surveys, which is they go and they get information from nearly every single police department in the entire country, and they collate all the data, and then that's the actual numbers of what the police departments are showing. Okay. And when you look at those numbers and you look at it year after year after year, what you find is that men experience intimate partner violence, domestic abuse at about the same rate as women do. And it often in many years will experience it at higher rates than women do. All right. Men get beat just as much as women do in relationships.
They do that. I can one whooping ass. Oh,
Yeah, go
y'all
ahead and
heard
play the
me.
woman.
All right, I'm about to play the 1 minute right now. I first got to find it. There we go. Here we go.
Excited for how they're reacting to the video of Diddy abusing Cassie, because I feel like men still are not hearing us for real. We get it. You're shocked and appalled by the video and he a bitch for that and fuck him forever. But if your reaction to this does not come with education about what domestic violence actually is, all I hear you saying is you can beat up on a woman, just don't do it on tape. Just don't let me find out about it. And you've been hearing a lot that it should not take a video for you to believe a woman who tells you she's being abused. What I mean by that is this. If you were a little bit educated, even a little bit, on what domestic violence actually is, then you would not have needed security footage of a man running a woman down and beating her up for you to realize that maybe you should have believed the rumors or the accusations the first time somebody said something. You do know that domestic violence is a pathology, right? It is a deviation from the standard of behavior in healthy relationships. Domestic violence is a pattern of behavior. There's different types. It's been studied all over the world in all kinds of ways. Domestic violence is a pattern of behavior with very clear red flags to look for in the perpetrator and the victim. But when men hear about domestic violence, usually their mind goes straight to the man and the woman had a fight and now we have to decide whose side we're going to be on, which often leads to men giving these very weak responses to domestic violence at first because it's like, oh, well, we wasn't there. Nobody knows who's telling the truth. That's not what domestic violence is. But because that's how men treat it, that is part of the reason why abusers are able to get away with so much for so long. So yeah, y'all know I'm the education girl, but that's what's bothering me because I really want men to look at that video and want to learn more about what domestic violence actually is before it gets that far. Because if they're not doing that, then I'm not really impressed by the outrage.
So that was two videos right there. That's two videos. So we're gonna start with the first one. Let's see, Miss Shug, what you got to say with the first video?
No. Go ahead and go to somebody else.
Okay.
Because when I talk, I might be a little long-winded. Go ahead.
Oh, a little long-winded. Okay. Yeah. What you got, Mr. Kelly?
So so both videos give a whole spectrum of domestic violence in its totality. One is statistic based and one is statistic and emotion based. Now I would say this. So the man view of what is never talked about in domestic violence is the man getting his ass whooped. It's never talked about. And statistics showing that the man get his ass whooped all the time. Now, it's glorified, it's dramatized, it's not over the top because it's wrong. The man does something to a woman. But when a woman put her hands on a man in public, not private, in public, well, why you gotta do this and why this happening? Blah, 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 blah. It turns into something that should be dealt with to me on the same, it should be even killed.
Right.
What I don't like is this. I don't like, we don't look at putting your hands on anybody, period. Man or woman, it's wrong. Being verbally abusive in a demonstrative way that you know that's going to spark somebody to jump all the way out the window is wrong.
Right.
Bottom line. And the thing about it, when people say, well, I didn't know that was going to happen. I didn't know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because you've been around this individual long enough to know that his triggers are her triggers, her cues, her stuff. You being petty, I'm petty, or whatever, can make someone do something out of character. Now, I would say this. Do you really know the individual that you're dealing with? Because this I've known this happen in experience of this watching, not my own personal life, because I've never been involved in nothing like that. Because self-control is one thing I've always dealt with for myself. I got to move on, motherfucker. I'm gone. As soon as you want to get to all that rah-rah, I'm gone. I have never been in nothing domestic in any relationship in my entire life. I'm 51 years old. As soon as anyone wanted to talk and be all of the madness, you know what I do? I'm gone. I would literally take off running, like literally run. Because me dealing with wasting money with attorneys and trying to deal with court, EPO, DPOs, all that, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I got too much other stuff I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a father. I'm trying to choose all this stuff I'm trying to do. How can I do any of that if I'm in jail for something that I know that I can get away from?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, because I'm saying, now, have I dealt with some crazy individuals in my past? Well, yeah. I'm talking about like literally. And it's not toot my own horn. The chick, man, barefoot running down the street. I'm going to kill you. No, you're not. I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to go fast as I can to get away from you the rest of my life. I'm not going to die because you're mad at me because of whatever we had going and we decided to end it. And that's another thing about domestic stuff. Sometimes people can't accept that it's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? She don't want you. He don't want, you know what I'm saying? It's over. You ain't gonna leave me like this. You ain't gonna go with that chick. Blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things, it becomes personal when it don't have to be.
That's facts. Yes.
Good. I mean, because I'm just saying, like, I think that if people just take a step back and think about stuff, they won't be in the situations that they're in. Now, when you truly love somebody, your thought process is gone. I mean, I don't know. Like a Lily Williams song, nobody's been in love like I've been in love. Like, you know, when you really been in love,
right?
It is what it is, you know.
Yeah. So
what you got, Miss Teresa? What you got?
Yeah, what you got?
I know she's been in some stuff.
Come on, Petty baby.
Oh, well.
I know she's been in some stuff.
This Petty Eddie over here. I've never dealt with domestic violence as far as, you know, a man just constantly putting their hands on me. I have dealt with domestic violence from people that I know.
Yeah.
And mine is the get back. I'm the get back queen. I really can't touch base with this situation, but I do agree with you. When it's over, it's over. People tend to linger on and hold on to things that is over.
Yeah.
You know, because okay, you love this person, but the amount of energy that you are putting in to trying to keep this person, you could be using to move on.
Yeah.
That's true. But
Because
I totally agree.
moving on is really hard, especially when you are in love. Some
Right.
people are in lust. It's a difference.
Yes,
Let
it is.
y'all know
Mo-
out here. It's
mo-
a
most people
difference.
get it
Some
mixed up.
people are in love and some people are in lust. You are in lust with the thought of having this person or this situation going on. And love is if we get in hard times and we got to go live on the street, you gonna come live with me. That's in
Yeah.
love. So not to get it twisted, but sometimes you have to know when to call it quits. When it's
Yeah.
unhealthy for
Yeah.
you or the children that's involved, if there's children involved, you have to learn how to call it quits. I've never really dealt with it. I mean, I done had a couple of baby daddies try to buck up, and they bucked up and bucked up, and that situation stayed right where it was. They like, oh, she's
Well,
crazy.
look,
No, I
hey,
ain't
hey,
crazy.
the baby daddy thing is your fault putting that thing on him. But go ahead. That's it. You put that
I
thing on him. It's your fault. It's your fault.
They tried to knuckle, you know, and I had to buckle them, you know, but I don't root for that type of toxicity right now in my life.
No. We definitely team no toxic. No team no toxic.
Yeah,
For sure.
team no toxic, but team is
Yeah, for
always.
sure.
But
Yeah.
like it's not a good thing for nobody, you know,
I
in
love
that
it.
situation. Y'all hurting each other. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like people get caught up in the moment when they are in lust or love with someone. People get caught up in the moment of possession. They feel like they've been with this person so long, they've invested this much time in a person, they're going to take them licks, they're going to take the mental abuse, they're going to take the verbal abuse because he or she not going nowhere because I don't put this much time into it and they belong
Right.
to me. And at the end of the day, you belong to yourself. That's one
Yeah.
thing. Secondly, having that toxic energy, because that comes along with it, understanding what toxicity is, and that what this person is delivering you, man or female, is not good for you. It's not healthy for you, your kids. It's not healthy for you as far as you're blending your family, whatever the case may be. That is not healthy as well. I will say this. I also feel like to touch on what Kelly said and about the two videos. I do feel like when it comes down to domestic violence, regardless of what type of domestic violence it is, I feel like they hold domestic violence for women and men differently. You know, a lot of people feel like because he is a man that he don't get hit on or he deserved what he got or things like that. I have literally watched things where women have killed men. They have unalived them because they had the opposite of them. They had someone who was not toxic, who was courageous and who was lovable and wanted to have the dynamic and stuff like that, and they couldn't handle them leaving to go somewhere else, or they couldn't handle seeing them with nobody else, and vice versa. But I still feel like when it comes down to it, it is handled in two different ways, and it's not right. It's not right. There's also, let me be clear, there's also women out here that and men that can antagonize and be manipulative, sexual abuse. You know, they can keep putting that thing on them, so they can manipulate you and things like that. It's different forms of abuse. It really is.
Let me show you. Now you talking. They barking up some trees of that superpower that y'all got now. See now you talking about y'all superpowers and stuff now.
But it's true. It can be weaponized. It can be weaponized.
Absolutely.
And that's why I say sometimes things are vision differently between people. You know, like like Lamont said, now he come, the police came and he handled me in a manner of such as like, I'm the one that did this when I had a restraining order against her and she was the one antagonizing me. Yes, it is handled very differently between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, abuse is abuse regardless.
Yeah.
True.
But that's why they changed
I'm glad you said it, because when I
in
said
Louisville, I know
I'm
they changed
optimistic.
it
So
to where whoever calls first is the one
Sometimes
in
it
the
don't matter
wrong.
who calls
But
first.
at the but no, I'm saying I know that now they give everybody that opportunity to call first. My thing is you don't even have to physically abuse somebody to abuse somebody.
that's true.
Sometimes it's
You
still the complication.
it could be so many ways to abuse somebody. You can verbally abuse somebody. You can emotionally abuse somebody. And of course, you're not walking around with knots and
Right.
everything on you,
Exactly.
but you're still being abused.
Still
You
been
know, and
abused.
that goes back to one of the topics that we had as far as the narcissist. That
Yeah.
is still a form of abuse because that's what a narcissist will do. They'll
Correct.
make you feel like everything that you do and everything that you say is wrong. They're right. You know, that is a form of abuse. And some people don't have to physically do that, but for the ones that are being abused, they get to a point where they're just tired. But that also goes back to our last conversation. Reach out, tell somebody, talk to somebody, let somebody know because that is also a form of bullying.
Yep.
You see what I'm
Yes,
saying, right?
it's
Yes.
bullying,
You are
manipulation,
totally correct.
antagonizing,
With
gaslighting, everything.
with
Yes.
that said, y'all, we cannot to the end of the show, but I'm gonna post something up so everybody can look and write this number down. I need everyone to write this number down. Write it down. Everyone needs to look at this. Anyone that's out there going through whatever you're going through, please reach out. There are so many things, so many resources out there. There's so many resources out there, and if there's a women that's going through it, there's resources just for women. There you go, right
Yeah.
there. Another thing that you can reach out to, and it's just for women and children. So the resources out there, I understand if the abuse is so overwhelming that you feel like you cannot get help. But I want to tell you personally, you can get help. There's help out there for you. There's help
Yeah.
out there.
I also want to say this. I know there is a lot of places that help women and children with domestic violence.
Mm-hmm.
There is not, I haven't seen probably nothing but one place for men to get help with domestic violence. And that's sad because abuse is abuse. It doesn't matter who is doing it. You know, so I think that that's something that we all need to come together as a community and try to start throwing out resources for
Right.
even the men because
Right.
it's always the women that got help, but the men don't have any.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to play a video, and that's gonna be my closing. Ain't got nothing else to
Okay.
say about it. And it is about statistics, but it
Well,
got to be played.
hold on, let me say this.
All right.
If you are in a domestic violence situation, regardless of who you are, doesn't matter, man, woman, child, whatever, it takes one step to change the whole dynamic of what you're going through. So take a chance on yourself, your kids, whatever the situation is, take that chance to reach out.
Yes.
Yes. There we go. And that's where we at, y'all. One more.
Al overview. JF plus 7. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, about 30% of women worldwide have experienced intimate partner violence, non-partner sexual violence, or both in their lifetime. This includes 27% of women aged 15 to 49 who have been in a relationship and have experienced violence from an intimate partner. The majority of this violence is perpetrated by current or former husbands or intimate partners. In the United States, 27% of women and 13.9% of men will experience domestic abuse in their lifetime. This includes rape, physical violence, and/or stalking by an intimate partner. Intimate partner violence accounts for 15% of all violent crimes. Women with disabilities have a 40% greater risk of intimate partner violence, especially severe violence, than women without disabilities. Additionally, 40% of child abuse victims also report experiencing domestic violence.
You gotta elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, yeah. You gotta elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, yeah. Some people never change, never elevate. So strange, so strange. Never growing, stay the same. I can't be around you, gotta rearrange. I ain't tryna play you, but you ain't for the mission, you a fake dude. We be hot, you tryna stay cool. You forgetting where you at, you got ungrateful. Don't let them hold you back, hold you back. Don't let them pull you off track, pull you off track. Name minds in the gutter, got a strong